Okay, I'm live. It says so, so it must be. Pinch myself. Yes, I'm alive. Hello, 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 hello. Anybody out there? My new light making circles in my eyes. We must adjust that somehow. Okay. When in doubt, play with things that UPS has brought. Oh yeah. A little bit of lift. No more circles in the eyes. Much better. All right. So while we wait for y'all to start piling in, finding the seat, getting yourself comfortable, grab you something wet to drink. Oh, good stuff. One moment. Ooh. Try this on for size. Yes, much better. Okay. I try to increase the light in here because the study, as I call it, some people might call it a den. Mommy Dearest called it the office. I'm sorry, but if you aren't officially running a business, it's not an office. If that's where you have a small little desk that you sit at to pay bills or write mean, hateful letters to your children, that is not an office. To me, it's a study. It's we keep books in here. We have a desk in here. It gets used for storage somewhat too. And you got a 4-bedroom house and 2 adults that only use one of the bedrooms. You find other purposes for the remaining bedrooms. This was actually going to be my music room. Every now and then, a friend of mine who may or may not be here tomorrow, we're hoping. Technically today, because it's past midnight. We come in here and we jam sometimes, but there's more room for us to jam out in the living room. So that's how we do. So, hi, honey. Hello there, Kildare Survival. Tonight, last night I was kind of rambled on. I had some thoughts wandering through my head all day. Plus, I didn't have any poetry or words of wit or wisdom or anything of that sort prepared. We've got a very slow laptop, and I was trying to. I've been reworking my songbook. I play guitar, and I've been reworking on my music, and the computer being as slow as it is, let me make some adjustments here with y'all. The computer being as slow as it is has been causing me some grief. It was taking a lot more time than I felt it should have to accomplish what I was trying to do, and so I never did get to the point of checking anything out. But tonight I've got a poem for y'all. So, but yeah, that's right now what I'm in the process of doing is reworking my songbook. I'm off at home with some time due to being injured at work. So, hi, Two Socks. She's in here on that box again, honey. We have a cat that has no claws. Actually, we have 2 cats that have no claws, so they're indoors. But they still, out of their natural instinct of being a cat, still sharpen the claws that they don't have. It's pretty fun. So I guess it'd be like somebody who loses an arm or a limb or something, and they still have there's no hand or elbow or nothing there, but yet they'll still have that itch every now and then. I guess it's the same kind of thing. So the one that is in here just now is Two Socks. She's a little black tuxedo cat, and she is a lot of fun. We honestly cannot imagine what life in this house would be like without that cat. She right about this time, in fact, it's the witching hour. She goes into this. I'm going to start calling it the stampede of elephants dance. She'll run through the house, run in one room, out one room, back upstairs to another room, back down the stairs, and just all over the places. But she doesn't run like most cats. She runs like a rabbit. 2 front paws, 2 back paws. She lunges like a rabbit. And it sounds like a herd of elephants when she does it. So just trampling through the house. and it's so funny. So, yep, phantom limb. Yep, and but anyhow, so I guess that's how it is with, even though their claws are gone, they still have that same need to sharpen their claws. I guess 'cause it's just instincts. It's like, we've got water all around. So no matter where the cats are at, there's 3 cats outside, 2 cats inside. And we've got water all around, so any of our critters, whenever they're thirsty, there's water everywhere they're at. And although thinking of others, they do this thing, though, I guess, like if they're going to go to a pond and drink water and there's moss or dirt or whatever at the top of the pond, and they'll take a paw, they'll kind of do like this to get it to spread out so get some clear water to drink of. And I've watched one day, and I didn't know that cats do that. And our oldest cat, Missy, Elaine has the mama, she has a cup. It'd be like a tall tumbler you would get at a soda fountain at a gas station or Sonic or someplace. And because the cat thinks she's drinking the mama's water. So that's what it is. So that cup sits there. But she'll go up to that cup, and before she starts drinking, she'll do this little paw thing. I was like, what does she do that for? And Elaine was telling me that's what cats do. They get all the moss off the water, any debris or anything out of the way, so they get clear water to drink. And, they're not outdoor cats. They're indoor cats. But yet that's still their instinct to do that. So how's everybody doing tonight? Or this morning? Depending on where you're at, which time zone. If you're in a central time zone or farther to the east, it's already a new day for the rest of us. For those of you in mountain time and beyond west, it's still yesterday. That makes sense? Kind of a time machine kind of thing. I'm going to, instead of rambling on tonight, because I did a whole bunch of rambling on last night was really, my intention was to keep it right around 30 minutes or so. Almost 2 hours later, I'm like, well, y'all, I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. Didn't intend for that, so. But I'm going to read. I've been reading a poetry book. Actually, I got a whole bunch of stuff I'm reading, a little bit here, a little bit there. I don't want to violate any copyright thing. If I was to go through an entire book, that gives you the reason to not buy the book, and then therefore there's copyright issues. And I've already had one copyright claim against me because I was playing the radio, the CD player, driving down the road with my music playing in the big rig. And by the time I got pulled over to go inside the Loves in Indianola, Mississippi, I come back out, I had 4 emails from YouTube. One of them actually named every single song in the order those songs appeared in the video. Nobody has that much time to sit around and just thumb through people's videos to see who's putting on what, which means there's some computer keeping up with all that. And I'm just like, really? Because I'm not monetized. I'm not in any way making any profit off of this. I'm not doing anything. The music is to kill the dead space when I'm not talking, basically. And meanwhile, I drive with the radio on. Everybody drives with the radio on. But if you have the radio on and happen to be recording a video, you're in copyright violation. Because Sony Music Group or Sony Entertainment Group or whoever it is claims that they own every freaking piece of music on the planet, apparently. Anyway, we'll save that rant for another day. So. But anyway, I try to make sure that, I'm keeping it to just brief passages. Most every book I read in the front where it tells you about copyright claim, whatever else, you're allowed for educational purposes to quote a brief passage. Now, of course, I'm sure there's some legal definition for the word brief, but that to me means short. So I don't read so much as entire chapters, much less the entire book. And like if I read out this book one night, the book I'm in tonight is the 100 Best Poems of All Time, edited by Leslie Pockell. Because Leslie Pockell isn't the poet. Basically, she just collected all these poems, gave credit to whoever it is that wrote them, and then had the book published and made money from it. Tell me that's not a copyright claim. Because let's face it, Edgar Allan Poe had been dead a long time. Didn't nobody send no money back to his family. But I'm going to read something that I find this interesting. I guess because I was kind of sort of a sailor once upon a time, and I have this love for being around the water. So, as the title says, well, I printed the title wrong because I was in a hurry. It was 1 minute till midnight. So it's not The Sea Forever, it's Sea Fever. Written by John Masefield, who was born in 1878 and died in 1967. And I guess the notes here are Leslie Pockell. This poem, simple and direct in imagery and language, illustrates Masefield's stylistic rebellion against Victorian lyrical and romantic conventions while focusing on his love of the sea, a theme that haunts most of his work. So right down, that tells me already, okay, I want to read some more of this guy's poems because I love things about the sea. So, and Mr. Masefield's poem Sea Fever is as follows. I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky. And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. And the wheels kick and the wind's song and the white sails shaking, and a gray mist on the sea's face and a gray dawn breaking. I must go down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying, and the flung spray and the blown spume and the seagulls crying. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trip is over. So apparently, if it's a long trip, he doesn't live near the sea at all, which I can understand would make one long to be near the sea even more. But anyhow, even when I'm not playing guitar, I'm throwing guitar picks on the floor. I had one on top of my bottle. I didn't pay attention. Right before I started this, that's why it took me a little bit to get started. I was working on a new song, and I put the guitar pick on top of the bottle. While I was typing, I had it in my mouth. So. Tomorrow, for those of you who are still on yesterday, because for those of us that are Western time and beyond, it's already midnight, or Central time and beyond. A friend of mine's in the Marine Corps, and he's coming home on leave, or has been. I'm assuming he's been home for a little while already, because I don't believe that I rank high enough. You can come see your guitar buddy before you go home to see your family and friends, whoever else first. But I'm honored that he has suggested that he come by tomorrow or today, and we are planning to do some jamming. And I can't promise anything because I haven't checked with him yet. But when he gets here, I'm going to see if he'll be okay with me putting this up as a stream. And so tomorrow at some point in time, I'm going to assume it probably around lunchtime, in Central Time Zone. So, but I don't know exactly when. But at some point in time, we'll be jamming. If he's okay with it, I'm going to go ahead and put it live, and we'll have a live jam session in my living room. And if not, then sorry. I suppose I'll go ahead and do something different tomorrow evening. Because Sunday night, of course, is Music Mountain is a Michelob. So, but I'll figure out some way to entertain y'all one way or the other. I promise. So what is everybody up to while I got y'all here? My stand I'm using, I've got a box basically with my phone's got a kickstand on it. And I've got that, but every time I touch the desk, it wobbles. But I'm working on that. One night I did a live stream in the van. I couldn't find any place to put the phone, so I had hung the phone from the wiring that runs across to my fantastic fan in the ceiling. And I'm up there, of course, you know, when you're jamming and you're doing like this, and whatever else, the van's rocking and shaking as I'm strumming the guitar, and the phone's just the whole stream. The phone's just. So, but I'm working on all that right here. In fact, This is to resolve that problem in the van. The van is made out of metal, which means it's magnetic. And this dude here is pretty stout. Very, very stout. So I won't have no more issues with the phone wobbling in the van. I got that part figured out. We've been sitting around here. The mama was just in here a little bit ago talking to me. Whenever I do this, because she wants to be able to see me on the phone, I guess, on the camera. And okay, now you'll have to explain that one to me. What snagging? What is snagging season? But we found out a while back there's a 1.5 second delay from the time I say something to the time, or no, I think it's like a minute and a half delay from the time I say something to the time she hears it. So instead of being in the living room where I can hear myself through the doorway here, she goes into the kitchen to watch. Unless it's something where she's gonna be with me, then of course we just mute her phone. But she helps a lot because sometimes I don't catch all the comments. Spoonbill bass. Sometimes I don't catch all the comments, and she'll come and say, "Hey, so and so just said this." Especially on the nights where I'm playing music, and people say, "Hey, I want to hear this, I want to hear that," and then in the event that I might know the song, she'll come and tell me so and so said they want to hear thus and thus. But I'm telling you, we've had an interesting few days here lately. I got injured, come home, and I haven't been sleeping. I'm assuming part of that's because of the meds that I'm on. I mean, I get like an hour sleep and I'm back up. So, yeah, there's where we're at here. There are 3 major lakes: is Bull Shoals, Greer's Ferry, and Norfolk. We're kind of almost, if you can see where those 3 are at in the state of Arkansas and near the Ozarks, we're kind of like right in the center of them. We're closer to Norfolk than the other 2. But like Heber Springs, that way down there, we're north of that. But yeah, not just the lakes, but even the rivers. There's a lot of fishing goes on around here. It's fishing and hunting. And anybody who likes either of those would love living in Arkansas. Hunting, deer hunting, duck hunting, name it. I never realized just how much duck hunting gets done around here. I'm from the north originally, and I thought, Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, I thought those were all the states that got all the major duck hunting. I couldn't believe how much duck hunting gets done down here. Really? Well, we're not too far from it. So you're up there in Missouri then, right? Killdeer. We're if you know where Thayer, Missouri is, and what is that on the? Is it Monmouth or something like Monmouth Cave or something like that on the Arkansas side? Anyway, you come south from there to Salem, Arkansas. We're south of Salem a little ways. So, but I've been up that way, the Lake of the Ozarks. It's real pretty up there. Real pretty. Yeah, that's pretty neat, honestly, because that makes you probably the closest person of everybody I've ever had contact with since I've started this YouTube channel. Most of the people that I've had in contact with are actually not even in America. They're in Canada, Australia, United Kingdom, Mexico, France. I mean, I've had conversation with people from all over the world, and I've had people like on the West Coast, but let's face it, California is its own country anymore. So, but the majority of folks that I'm in contact with have been up at like Vancouver, Canada, up that way. So that makes us neighbors, bro. I'm gonna wrap this up here, but I want to show y'all something. This is what I've been messing with. One day, my wife and I were going through my songbook, and I happened to realize she kept requesting all these rock songs that I didn't have any of. Jacob's Cave. Oh, okay. No, I have. Well, I've probably heard of it. I don't recall right now, but there's an area that we found not too long ago called Pam's Grotto. It's somewhere around Arkansas 14, and it's real pretty country through that area. And we want, when I finally get my van done, we want to go camping over there. So, but the anyway, so we went through my songbook, and I think I have probably 5 for every 1 rock song in my songbook. I bet you I probably have 5 country songs. Of course, now the problem with that is I had more rock in there, but people would come up and say, "Hey, man, let me borrow that. I'll make a copy of it, and I'll bring you yours back." Okay. Then I never see it again. So little by little, I've had a whole bunch of music, and I took some out and just give it to this one friend of mine. He was trying to learn how to play. So I said, "Well," I said, here's some stuff that's real easy to," and that's why all my music I have simplified versions. So of course, people get their hands on it. It's like, they don't want to give it back. It costs 10 cents to make a copy at the library, dude. So, but I'm making copies of everything now so I can save it. But I realized I need to be able to go ahead and bring up more rock music into my repertoire. So tonight, what I've been working on right before this stream was this. Let the good times roll, let them knock you around. Let the good times roll, let them make you a clown. Let them leave you up in the air, let them brush your rock and roll hair. Let the good times roll, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. That's what I'm working on right now. So I've got a couple other songs that I've already finished my print up and everything else. I just got to record the video of them now. But at some point in time with the upcoming week, this will be one of those that gets posted when I get done transposing chords and whatever else. But anyway, y'all, it's been a really long day, and every time I do make any kind of motion in here at all, the phone wobbles. Blah, 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 blah. So Kildare, what was it that you said that you decided to unsay? No, nobody undoes something unless it's like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. So anyway, thank you. The tomorrow, like I said, I'm not sure. I can't promise, but oh, okay, I got you. I'm trying to see what's going to go on, and if my buddy Andrew's cool with it, like I said, we'll set that up and we'll entertain y'all. So, because he is a lead guitar playing fool. Of course, his idol, I guess you would say, is oh, no problem. I was messing with you, man. It's all right. His idol is Stevie Ray Vaughan. In fact, when he performs concerts, a lot of times he dresses up similar to the way Stevie Ray Vaughan would have dressed. And also, of course, Jimi Hendrix. And who was the other one? It was Chuck Berry, Jimi Hendrix. Just trying to tip my tongue. Angus Young. AC/DC's Angus Young. Those are his lead guitar gurus, and of course his favorite, Stevie Ray Vaughan. And whenever I play with my buddy Andrew, I feel, if y'all ever seen the movie Wayne's World, the part where Wayne and Garth get to meet Alice Cooper backstage, that's how I feel like when I'm playing guitar beside my buddy Andrew. I'm like, I'm not worthy. Oh yeah. So y'all, kind of just cruise past my channel tomorrow a couple times during the midday, and check your notifications or whatever, and we'll see what happens. But and he's pretty laid back. I'm pretty sure he won't mind. But I'm not just gonna go ahead and not say nothing to him. Just put it and let him figure. Some people say, no, I don't want to do all that, man, and I respect that. So, But if he's okay with it, some point in time, midday tomorrow, Andrew and Mike concert right here in my living room. So, until then, y'all have a good night or a good morning, depending on which side of the time demarker you're on. And we'll see you when we see you. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Have a real good night. Pleasant dreams, etc., etc.